Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Sheila Gunn Reid for Rebel News, and I'm bringing you an end-of-the-day update to our federal court challenge to Justin Trudeau's disgusting and illegal COVID jail system. Now, lawyers for Rebel News, Robert Hawks and Sarah Miller from JSS Barristers in Calgary, are in court today alongside lawyers from the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms. Actually, court will take 3 days this week. The Justice Center is currently representing 11 clients, and our lawyers are representing us, of course, and Cian Bexte, a former Rebel News journalist who was actually taken into the sausage maker of one of these COVID jails. Currently, Canadian travelers have to get a clean PCR test to get on an airplane to come home, and then they have to get tested after they land. And while waiting for the results of the second test, they must go to an overpriced hotel, a COVID jail, for 72 hours or face fines and possible jail time. And I mean jail time other than the jail time of being taken to a COVID facility against your will when you're completely healthy and law-abiding. Now, you can see all of our reporting on this issue at nocovidjails.com. Now, this afternoon in court started off with the government immediately disputing the fact that Rebel News and Cian Bexte have any standing at all to challenge the COVID jails law. Rebel News has journalists who are affected by these quarantine measures, and the quarantine measures limit our ability to report on matters of public interest, particularly civil liberties. And Cian was literally taken to a COVID jail for 3 days of his life. Now, Sarah Miller from JSS detailed how, regardless of how Bexte's COVID test turned out, and he was negative, none of that mattered in the outcome of his treatment. Healthy people are still required to go into the COVID jails and then, after the fact, isolate at home for 14 days. The exact same way that someone who tested positive for COVID would have to do. How does that make any sense at all? Why bother testing? Just send everybody to jail. And Robert Hawks argued that Bexte would have been more able to effectively isolate, if that's what the government truly wanted him to do, in his own home. Bexte's uncontested affidavit to the court detailed how he had contact with at least 14 separate individuals inside the COVID hotel jail. Now, it's an important thing to note that the affidavits of both Rebel News and Cian Bexte are uncontested by the government. Ezra Levant and Cian were not cross-examined at all by government lawyers. I'll close today's update on the observations of lawyer Robert Hawks, who said, if random 3-day detentions of people who have not broken the law is suddenly characterized as just a routine screening process, then we will truly be creating new law today. And not only would it be problematic law, but also dangerous new law. If you'd like to support our ongoing lawsuit against the federal government for their arbitrary and illegal detention of illegal, healthy Canadians just trying to come home to their country of origin, please donate today at nocovidjails.com. I'll be back in court all day tomorrow and likely the next day. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. If you'd like to help us put an end to the dangerous Trudeau COVID jail system, where innocent people are taken against their will for 3-day detentions arbitrarily, and then they have to pay for their own imprisonment, please donate today at nocovidjails.com.